Am I hauling the stationery, or is the stationery hauling me? At this point, who's to say? We're going to look at some stuff today from Journalsay, that rhymed. Everything from stickers and washi tapes to organization and storage. I'm stocking up, so maybe grab a cup of something warm that you like to drink and settle in. Hi, it's Erin. Thanks for clicking on my video. Let's talk stationery. In my last Journalsay haul, you guys quite rightfully pointed out that a lot of the stuff I'd picked was AI generated art, and that is definitely something that I want to avoid. I'm trying to learn how to tell the difference, so I think I've chosen a bunch of stuff this time that doesn't fall into that category, but please let me know if I've missed something or if there's something that I need to look for, but can you let me know nicely, please? Thank you. If you're not familiar with Journalsay, they are one of my favorite places to shop for discounted stationery online. They have a really vast selection, they add new stuff to the site every Saturday, and their prices are very, very reasonable. Also, on the topic of AI, I noticed at the very bottom of their page there was this link to a section on intellectual property rights, which I thought was very interesting, but when I clicked through, it's just a heading on the page and there's no actual information, so that's very confusing. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. It would be great to see Journalsay making a move towards not AI-generated art, but we'll have to wait and see. I have been very kindly gifted everything I'm showing you in this video from Journalsay. I'm also an affiliate of theirs, so if you use my links to click through and purchase anything from the site, I will make a little bit of money. Likewise, if you use my discount code, which is Erin, which will save you 8% off your purchase. I've divided the video into chapters based on the stationery featured, so please feel free to use those to click to what you're most interested in. We're going to kick off here with washi tapes. I love a washi tape set, and I feel like I've been kind of missing them from my collection lately. I'd used all of mine up, so we're going to start with this one, which is inspired by Monet. Some of these tapes straight up lift his designs, which you're allowed to do because they're public domain now. Some of them are kind of just inspired by abstract patterns and things like that. Varied widths of the washi tapes on the rolls as well, and some of them are just solid colors too. I swatched every single one of them, and I think they are gorgeous and they look lovely together, but I will say these are not the best quality washi tapes I've ever tried out. Just about every single one of them at a certain point on the first unwrapping of a bit of tape would tear on one side. You can see me peeling it up with my thumb here, showing you in regular speed where the rest is sped up, where it just tears at that point on the roll every single time and you get this little notch out of the tape. I don't love that. I do think they're super pretty, but that really bothered me about these ones, so proceed with care. All the prices I mentioned in this video are in US dollars, just so you know what the frame of reference there is. And look, maybe it's possible that you get what you pay for because this is a very affordable set, only $7.18 US for this collection of washi tapes. Oh, and there'll be links to everything in the description as well, so you can find it easily. We're moving on to this washi tape set. This one is supposedly inspired by Chinese artwork, I think. That seems to be what the listing name implies. These ones, I did not have any trouble peeling off the roll. They peeled really beautifully. I just didn't realize that this was going to have people on it, which is not my favorite thing. I do think the other tapes are really cute though, so the set is not a write-off in my eyes. There are actually stacks of different color options for these washi tape sets under the same listing, so have a look through them all. The way that Journalsay denote the different colorways or the different sizes of things is under a section called color, but sometimes they use like romanized Chinese or just a code number, so I'm always including the option that I picked in the screenshot for you there. This next one has some iridescent gold gilding, which I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I think it's pretty, but it's also a lot. If I'm being totally honest, I got this one because of the A to Z washi tape that I'll show you in a bit. We'll do a little bit of a swatch of each one of them, but this second one I'm going to show you here, I had to put a couple of rows of this to just see what else it said because it had some really questionable text on it. From a purely aesthetic point of view though, this is a really nice tape set. There are also others in the same listing in different colorways and stuff. They all look good together. They're designed to do that. They'll make great waterfall tabs if that's what you're into. They'll make a great theme if that's what you're into in a bullet journal or similar. That's how I use my stationery, so it's kind of the context I'm always coming at things from. Because of my double and triple swatching, I'll actually have to peel some stuff up to be able to fit all of these tapes on a single page, but I got to admit that letter washi tape, I really like it, and you know I love a drop capital. Big fan of using one of these stickers and then just writing the rest of the word by hand or stamping it with letter stamps instead for that kind of fairy tale look. If you're into warm tones and if you're into iridescence, these ones have that kind of green-red reflect going on. I think I just prefer a silver iridescence over a gold iridescence, but to each their own. I don't want to read out the bit that freaked me out because it might get my video demonetized or flagged as not good for advertisers or something, but it's this one here in case you want to pause it and read it for yourself. Like, what is going on there? What is going on? $3.38 for the set, and yes, I'm holding it upside down. Oh well. I am a big fan of basics in a wardrobe, and that goes for basics in my washi tape wardrobe too. I love having a set of just solid coloured pastel washi tapes available, and I had exhausted mine, so it was time to replenish. The option I used last time wasn't available anymore, so this is the set that I've gone for. It also has gridded washis, which I don't reach for as often, but I know they're really popular with a lot of people, so definitely still worth showing you and worth having in my own set as well. A couple of them also have kind of a gradient going on, which I think is actually a really fun little subtle way to jazz up a very basic washi tape, so I'm not mad at it. I feel like this set justifies me in being a little bit angry at that Monet set from earlier, because these are also very affordable washi tapes, but they did not give me any of the same trouble that those other Monet ones did. They didn't rip on me while I was trying to use them at all. I think you actually get 30 tapes in this set, which is a lot of washi tapes, but I do find this kind of stuff really versatile. I will use it all up, I'm sure. Also adding to that versatility is the fact that they're all different widths as well, so the kind of average size in the middle is my favorite, my go-to, but I won't say no to a thinner washi tape in a solid color as well. They can also be used, and look, some more gradients. This is very interesting. $10.85 for this 30 tape set. Run, don't walk. Stuff on Journalsay does sell out and stay out of stock for a while, so if you see something you like and it's in stock, jump on it. We are coming up on spooky season, which means I start to invest in all of the celestial themed witchy stationery, including this set. I'm really into sort of navy blues and blacks, and of course I always love a bit of gold gilding, so this tape set kind of speaks to me at the moment. They're passing the swatch test, both in that they look great next to each other and also that they're really easy to use. They aren't ripping as I try to lay them on the page. The top couple here, the ones that are really light patterned, feel a little bit out of place, but if I'd mixed them in a little bit more with the darker colors, they probably would have looked more at home. Regardless, I dig it. I really like this set. We've got that shininess that you can see there as we tip it in and out of the light. Again, we've got that nice variation in widths as well, and I think they all look very nice together. $4.71 for the set. Moving on to some individual washi tapes, although they are from the same listing, I got these two floral patterns. These ones, it's really hard to tell sometimes on the website if they are going to be looking like an AI generated pattern or not. I'm on the fence about this one. I can't totally tell, but I do think they're really pretty, so I hope that they're not. Love a wide washi tape. These ones have that sort of vinyl-y feeling, so they're a very decent, durable quality. The design loop is really short. You can see here that it's just kind of like a couple of inches repeating, but that gives it sort of a wallpaper vibe almost, and I'm sort of into that, so I'm not too angry at that. The other one is a very similar kind of pattern. It's just like a bit more zoomed in. It's just like a larger flower. $6.37 each, and I've listed the item numbers for both of them there, so you can find them both easily too. This one's one of those washi tapes that has a series of different separate designs on it that you can cut out and use like stickers, or you can just peel the whole thing off and stick it down in one strip, and it sort of does a lot of decoration design work for you in one go. And she's giving spring court. We got hourglasses and doorways and moons and lots of flowers. It's not my usual color scheme, but I really like it. $2.14. Remember how I said I really like gold gilding and celestial themes? Well, one of these tapes combines both of those, and the other one has one of them only, but is really cute. This one's a PET tape, which means it's that plastic clear tape, and it just has the gold gilding design on it. It doesn't have anything else. This one's kind of hard to get off the backing, and that is my superpower, so if I'm struggling, you know it's really hard. The starry design is actually quite sparse, so it doesn't show up super clearly against a white page. I think this would show up better on a darker color, to be honest, kind of like what's going on with the washi tapes on the opposite page. Still really like it though, and if you're going for something subtle, that might be what you want, although it will always be shiny because plastic. The other one though, this leaf pattern, it's my favorite. Look at how beautiful that is. There's just a bit more going on the tape, so it's easier to see on the page. Does that make sense? I can really see myself using this one a lot. It seems like a really versatile tape to me, just a little pop of shiny, and I love shiny, and I love silver shiny more because it's rare, but I do love a gold moment. These ones are $1.25 each. And the code here is for the leafy one, the starry one is 06. We're moving on to our next stationery category here. All of this stuff is really useful. I wasn't too sure what to call it, so we're just going to go with essentials. Starting off with this treasure box. This one is for storage, obviously. It has a clear lid so you can see what's inside. It's got this really pretty handle, which is quite vintage looking and fun. The inside is divided into squares so you can use it for all sorts of storage purposes. Here are the measurements. These are in centimeters. Sorry to US pals, you'll have to convert. These are pretty new to the Journalsay site, and they also have some variations with different divisions inside, and also some that don't have anything dividing, some that are designed to be desk decor that'll hold stuff and still look pretty on your desk. I'm planning to use mine for storing my samples of fountain pen inks. If you caught my last video, my vlog, you'll know these have a bit of a story to them, so that's what I'm planning to use this for. I thought they'd stand up, they don't quite, but that's okay. I think I'll be getting some of the smaller vials for future storage purposes like this, because I could fit a lot of those, and of course my inkfish. $11.44 at the moment for this one, so definitely worth a look at this and the other styles as well. Every journaler knows that there are just some parts of your journal when you're going to need to hold it open with some clips, and all of my clips were gold, so I thought it was about time I got some silver binder clips instead. These ones are the medium size. They also have sizes smaller and bigger than these ones, and they come in a range of other finishes too. I just specifically wanted silver. Also so handy that you get 4 in a pack. $1.77 for these little silver cuties. This item looks very strange out of context. I've got 2 of these little blue things with blades on the bottom. They're designed to go in this straight edge cutting tool thingy. I didn't actually get my straight edge cutting thingy from Journalsay, but they do sell them in the same listing as these little replacement blades. That's what they are. They just clip into the top bit here, and then you slide up and down and it cuts your paper. I noticed mine was getting a little bit blunt and it wasn't cutting as cleanly as before, so having 2 little replacement thingies for these is so handy. Super easy straight lines, and I use this thing pretty much all the time. Also, how good does it look with the blue and purple? $1.60 for the set of 2. I am such a huge fan of glue tape. I have a constant rotation of it going in my drawer all the time, usually more than 1 at a time, and I really like these Norino Plus dotted glue liner tape things, but mine had run out, so I got 3 refills for it. This is the extreme utility part of the video, clearly. So this is the refill part. You take your case thing. I've had this one for a while, but it's also from Journalsay. You pop out the cartridgey bit, you can discard the other part. This goes on top of the little cog thingies, and you're good to go with your glue tape. You can start gluing again. I love refills. $1.61 for a refill. You can also get the whole product at this link, and they come in other colors too. Let's talk sticker storage, because I like using a folder, and these are refills for the folder that I've been using. They're about A5 sized, and they're split halfway through the page, or they're split into quarters, or there's this one that's just a full-sized space that I use for storing my sticker sheets. And they go in this folder, which I believe is actually designed for storing like K-pop fan cards. I don't use it for that. You can also get the folder on Journalsay at the same link as these refills, so worth checking out. I really like it. I like using the ones that have the page divided into quarters to store my flake stickers. The ones that are split in half I'll use to store whole packs of stickers that I haven't used any of yet, so I know they're all still together. And then, as I mentioned, sticker sheets go in the full-size ones at the back. $2.25 for a set of 10 sleeves, and these are the 3 different codes for the 3 different styles that I grabbed. Are you ready to get messy? Because I've got 6 stamp pads to show you, and I'm gonna really test them all out. I'm using an arch stamp that I got from Journalsay previously, and also the letter stamps I'm using here you can also get on Journalsay. We're starting with the Rose Dust stamp pad. Oh boy, are these juicy stamp pads. To be totally honest with you, I'm not usually a stamp pad kind of gal. I prefer to use paint markers or just regular water-based brush pens with my stamps, because it gives me a really great range of colors without having to buy new stuff. But if you're doing a lot of stamping in a layout, it is much faster to use a stamp pad, so I was like, maybe I should see what I'm missing. I got all of these in an option from the listing where you could just like choose to have the whole set, but you can also get them all separately too. So the listing that I show you at the end, the screenshot, will be the one for everything, but you can also get them individually, just FYI. This leaf green I think is my favorite. It's this beautiful, vibrant kind of Kelly green, which isn't what I usually go for, but I really like it on the page here. And I'm also really digging the cocoa brown, which I'll show you after this blue. The blue's nice too, actually. It's a beautiful kind of icy, almost grey blue. Really like it. Haze blue, it's called. But there's something about this brown, it really just went on really nicely, and it does in fact resemble chocolate, and that is something that makes me happy. So there you go, having a chocolate color in my journal. Who knew that would be something that would bring me joy? Look, I'm still not sure if I'm sold on the idea of stamp pads. There was some smudging that went on with the cocoa brown at the top there, and obviously I've got some ink on the edges of my stamp that have transferred to the page, and I don't love that. But as far as stamp pads go, I think they're good, and $12.10 for the set of 6. Now that I've made a huge mess of my stamps, let's clean them up. I've been looking for a way to clean my stamps for a while. This plastic compact thing has what feels like a brush inside it. It's really hard to show you here, but lots of little bristles. They're quite firm. Feels like a brush that you would use to clean something. Makes sense, I suppose. And it comes with this spray-on cleaner stuff. So you spray it on your stamp, and then you rub your stamp on these bristles, and it will get into all the little nooks and crannies and crevices and take out the ink from all the places that you couldn't reach when you were just wiping it off on a tissue or a wet wipe. Like, that was real time. That was about 10 seconds, and now my stamp is clean. Here's some of the letter stamps that I'm also just going to demonstrate quickly how easy it is to get your stamps clean. I haven't properly cleaned these letter stamps basically in the entire time that I've had them, so let's just really quickly do the whole set just to give you an idea. And I'll show you a little before and after at the end, but I'm not even really trying, and this is making cleaning my stamps really, really easy. Fellow lazy people who use stamps, I could not recommend this product for you enough, this little combo. They do come bundled, but you can also buy them separately on the site at the same listing that I'll link to down below. Watching those bristles get really dirty and watching the color become muddier and muddier is kind of really satisfying. Also, watching the stamps get cleaner, of course, is also really satisfying. Not totally sure how you clean the stamp pad cleaner itself. We'll talk about that in a sec, but look at this before and after. Look how much better they look. They look new. On this bigger stamp, some of the little bristles have sort of come off and transferred onto the stamp, but it's nothing that a little wipe doesn't take away once it's dry, so that's not really something I'm worried about. This part doesn't come out, so this is why I'm like, I don't know how you'd clean it, but you do have a second side worth of stamp cleaner there, so it's a lot of surface area to work with. This combo, I'm obsessed. I could not recommend it enough. Go get. $9.28 and a little bit of elbow grease and all your stamps can look new again. This is a bag designed for transporting stationery, and it has useful written on the packaging, which fills me with hope. This bag has so many pockets, like truly so many, that are reinforced with some cardboard or something inside, so they're quite stiff. They'll protect whatever you put in there, which is great. This front flap affixes with some Velcro and you can open it out and you have more pockets. Look at them all. This back one has cardboard lining again, so it's really nice and tough. The one in the front is a little bit more flexible, so that one's not going to protect stuff you put in there. It's just going to hold it. That's fine. In the photos I saw, they also had pens attached to those little elastic bits that go in between like where the bag folds. So that's really interesting too. I thought I'd give that a try. So here's an example. We're going to put, this is my A5 journal. It's quite a thick one though. It's got 196 pages. I like it best in the back pocket there. Put some other stuff that I will show you very soon that is also from this haul in some of the pockets. Clip a little Pigma Micron on the side there. And then you can kind of fold the bag back up and it will make this really compact little package. My plan actually here is to hopefully stack this up with stuff whenever I want to go to sticker hangs or whatever, and then slide this whole thing inside my Teddy Blake bag and take it like that. And then stuff will be protected, stuff will be kind of organized. I think it's going to work well. I haven't tried it yet, but I think so. $25.92 only comes in blue, but I think it's a pretty blue. I honestly can't believe it's taken me this long to get one of these pens, but I'm ready to live my magic school fantasies now, thank you. This one is a quill adjacent dip pen, and it has this beautiful ornate barrel that I think looks gorgeous, but is actually maybe a little uncomfortable in the hand. It came with a bunch of nibs that you can change out. You just pull out the one that's in the pen and swap it for one of these dip pen nibs, and then you dip it in your ink and off you go. I gave each one of the nibs a little writing test with some ink that I already had in my collection. To be fair, I totally forgot you're supposed to prep these kinds of nibs before you use them. Some people say to burn them with a lighter. Some people say just to dip them in the ink and wipe it off a bunch of times. Some people say other things. I didn't do any of it. I'm really sorry. I didn't even think of it until I was almost at the end, which is probably why some of them weren't keeping the ink on. They were just kind of sliding right off. I probably will only use the first one anyway. I'm just planning to use this to swatch inks because I guess I am a fountain pen girly now. $3.68 for this one, and it comes in a bunch of other feather colors too. This is the first of two wax seal heads that I'm going to show you for this one, or stamp heads. I don't know what they're called really, but this one has this really cool kind of witchy design on it. I ran a workshop earlier in the year where I wanted wax seals for something and I didn't have any that looked really fun and mystical like this, so I wanted to invest for this purpose, and I'm going to add some wax into my journal here to show you, but it's the end of the journal and it's really not a flat page anymore, so it wants to run away. It's going to be fine, don't worry. You can also get the handle and spoon set that I'm using here on Journalsay too, so I'll make sure that that's linked down below. Look, it's not the most practical thing for day to day, but I really enjoy this kind of old world artisan thing and that we're using them decoratively these days. Look how pretty that is. $2.62 for Magic Circle E. And then I got this one. Is this not the most fairy tale thing you've ever seen? It's really giving Beauty and the Beast, and I love that about it, so I thought I'd try and do this one in pale pink, but I didn't clean the spoon first, so there's still some purple in there. Look, it still came out quite pretty. I think I have some practicing to do, and obviously again this is not a very level surface, so I've done this to myself. You'll see when I pick up the stamp there that I feel like we've lost some of the detail, just adding some gold by the way to the other one to make it really pop. I feel like we've lost some of the detail there. You can bring it back a bit with adding the gold on top, but still a pretty cute wax seal in my humble opinion. I think these two both look pretty great. $1.20 for the rose one, but they have so many other designs that you can choose from, so check them all out to see if there's one that you prefer. New stationery category, this one is scrapbooking paper. Look, I've learned the hard way that getting every colorway in a set of something isn't generally a good idea, but in this case they are abstract designs and they are dark colors, and I feel like that works really well for me in reading journal situations for fantasy novels, so maybe having all of these sets will still be overkill, but I thought I'd just jump in and commit, you know? These green ones are giving water marbling, and this is one of those areas where I have to call into question the how good is Erin at detecting AI thing, because I really can't tell with something like this. Like, I don't know. Something that I don't love about these paper sets, all of them, is that they kind of are a little bit of a dull, like not super saturated. The darks in them aren't really black. The paper is very matte, which is fine, but like I feel like you lose some of the vibrancy here, whereas the paper that the case, the outside thing is printed on is a little bit glossy, and I feel like the colors really pop on that, so it would have been nice to maybe have that same kind of saturation on the bit that you're actually going to use. They're also kind of small in comparison to my A5 journal here, like you're not going to get a whole page covered going on here. That's fine, you can just tear a bit off and kind of add to it, but I would like to see these a little bit larger. And also, I was really hoping they'd be gold gilded. They're not gold gilded at all. They kind of have the impression of gold, but yeah, they're not shiny. I wish they were shiny. They'd be so nice shiny. It's kind of different from pack to pack actually. You get at least 2 of each design in every pack, but some of them seem to have more than that of each design, or more than that of just one design. It's kind of hard to keep track. Also, when they're abstract, like, it doesn't matter too much, I guess, as long as there's some variation in there. As I mentioned, I went for the option where you get all of the designs, which is like the gung-ho, I am unafraid of excess option, but you can also get each one of these individually too, so if you want like just this navy blue and gold kind of set, you can get just this one, or if you want just the pink one, you can do that. Honestly, there's a little part of me that's already regretting getting all of these, but I do think they're kind of cool. I can see myself using most of them. This set that we're showing right now, probably the one I can envision myself using the least, and it's very repetitive. Definitely vibing the darker toned ones more than the lighter colors, except for the pink, maybe? Yeah, Watch this space and check out my reading journal videos if you want to see whether I actually implement these ones or not, because sometimes some things just end up straight in the destash pile, and these could go either way. These last ones with the purple are really giving me alien vibes, and I do feel like these ones just have the same design in different orientations, maybe? They look really similar to me, so not sure about this one. I will say in the positive for all of these scrapbooking papers in this set though, not just the purple but all the colours, they're nice and thin, so they're not going to bulk up your journal too much. They'll tear really easily, so they are good in practice. I'm just not sure if I'm in love with all of the designs. $11.29 for the set of 6, and look how colourful they look in that photo. They're not really. I've been very into the idea of patterned vellum paper recently, like transparent paper, and so that's what drew me towards this set. These ones have these textured pages mixed in with some more marbly designs, and these marbly designs look more like alcohol ink art, and that is something that I vibe with maybe a little bit more than the previous sets. The vellum pages are really sticking to the other side of these marble pages though, and that's kind of weird. It is kind of making me worry that if I use them in my journal, it will stick to the facing page, which I wouldn't love. Hopefully it's just the backs of them. I should have paid more attention as I was unboxing it, but I do think they're really cute, and we've got some good color variation in the marbly pages, so this is a fun set. The only thing that could make those marbly pages better is if they were actually washi stickers instead of paper. Also, I'm pretty sure I used to have one of those exact marble designs as my laptop case, which is kind of weird. This one is $1.74 and comes in some other colors too. Speaking of transparent textured paper, hey, I got more. Kind of hard to see on my white desk mat though, so never fear, I will show you these against a darker backdrop, but just showing you how many you get in the set. Also relative to the size of an A5 journal again here, we got circles, we got some writing. I really like this one actually. We got this floral kind of leafy design, and these are actually raised textures too, so I don't think it would interfere with the pages after or anything or cause any big bumps, but you can feel the texture with your fingertips. We got little hearts, and then we've also got these little stars and moons. $1.58, and it also comes in different pattern options as well. Look, I guess I was just feeling ultra marbly when I picked all of this stuff, although this one looks more like a marble stone, kind of like you'd put on your kitchen countertop, rather than a water marble or an alcohol ink marble kind of effect, so this one's kind of stony. I like that. In this set, you get 2 of each design, and they're all kind of variations of different colors as well. So you've got pinks in there, you've got greens, you've got blues, you've got kind of whites with beiges and browns or warmer tones. I think this is my favorite of all of the marbly sets. If you're gonna get one, just get this one, I would say. Also, bang for your buck, you get like 30 sheets in here and a lot of variation, so I love that. $1.36 for this pack, and they have other color options for this one as well. Finally, larger scrapbooking papers, and these ones have really fun designs on them. So let's start with this one. Comparative to my A5 journal, look, it's still a little bit smaller, but this could be a whole cover page on its own. This one is basically just Art Nouveau book covers, and that makes me so happy. Largely featuring Jules Verne here. We've got lots of his novels kind of featured. We've also got some like poems by other artists and stuff like that, but heaps of Jules Verne. He was the guy who wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Journey to the Center of the Earth, like a pioneering sci-fi author. So these covers just really fill me with joy. I don't know how I'm going to use them yet, but I freaking love them. And then this set is very witchy vibes, but in a way that feels, I don't know, somehow a little bit more fun and modern than a lot of the witchy stuff that I've seen around lately. Really big, bold designs. They've got lots of stars going on, which I always really love. Lots of really cool illustrations on these ones. And I'm actually living for the combo of black with like warm neutrals, beiges kind of going on here too. So very, very cool. Don't know how I'd use this one either, but I think they're great. $1.32 each for these. These are variations 4 and 5. These sticky notes would go so well with those Monet washi tapes from way back at the start. I'm just living for the Impressionist vibes at the moment. I don't know what to tell you. Actually, that's a permanent state of being for me. It's not different. We've got 3 different little sticky notes here. Each has a slightly different design. Light enough that you could definitely write on them to actually use them as sticky notes, but let's be honest, I'd be using these for decoration. $1.15 for this little set, and they also come in different colors too. And our final Challenger stationery category for the day, you had to know this was coming, it's sticker time. Let's get sticky. Check out these super realistic leaf stickers. Guess what? They're massive. Kicking off with this pack first, these ones are, I'm gonna say eucalyptus? I don't really know, but they look like they'd be the sort of thing you'd hang in your shower to make it smell really good, right? This is them compared to an A5 journal. They are huge. Then we've got this set. I'm gonna say ginkgo, but I don't really know what I'm talking about, and the Journalsay listing is no help. So let's just go with it. Something fern, maybe. These ones are even bigger than the others because they're wider. So again, massive, massive stickers. Love them though, very cute, very realistic, $1.49 each. No idea how I'll use those ones yet. We've got some cute little antique gilding stickers here. These ones have kind of a yellowy color scheme. When I picked these out, I had my August theme that I've already set up before receiving these in mind, which was kind of a witchy apothecary vibe, and it ended up going in a slightly different direction. I'm still really happy with it, but I don't know if the apothecary vibe comes through. If I'd used these, I think it would have, like the little test tubes and the little cloches with the mushrooms growing inside. They have this reflection on them that I think is quite sweet. It's very subtle. And you get 2 of every sticker that's in the pack, which I love. I love having options. $1.54 for this set. I really like these and I want to do another witchy theme so I can use them soon. Then we've got some gold gilded little pieces here, flake stickers. These ones are washi stickers, so they're very delicate when you peel them back. I really like this style of sticker where it's like just the gold gilding on a washi background. I got 2 different sets here. Obviously this set is just wings. I feel like at this point, I'm somewhat renowned for being the girl who doesn't really like butterflies in her bullet journal. I feel like this is different because the thing I don't like about butterflies is the legs, and these are just wings, so this is a-okay in my book. Once again, you get 2 of every sticker, so you've got some options if you're using these throughout a whole bullet journal theme. The only thing that makes me sad about these is that you always get, in these cases where it's just like a left wing or a right wing, you get 2 of the same side. You don't actually get 2 to go on either side, so you can't make like a set of wings. Then we've got this set, which is little vintage keys, and again you get 2 of every sticker. It's from the same listing as the previous one, as the wings. I feel like the direction of a key is a lot less important than the direction of a single wing, so that doesn't bother me so much about this one that you don't have a flipped version of some of the designs. I've been really into keys this year. I don't know what it is. I think these are so pretty. The really delicate ones I think are my favorites, but I like the chunky kind of winged keys as well. They're really fun. I'm already trying to plot how I can incorporate these into my next bullet journal setup for September, so watch this space if you want to see if I can pull it off, I guess. $1.33 each. Hope you're not sick of keys because you're going to see some more of them in this next upcoming set. I grabbed 3 different varieties from this listing. I would have got more if I could because I think these are right up my alley, but this was all that was in stock at the time, so that's a shame. These ones are paper stickers and they're very like photorealistic. These ones are from the packaging that says old bronze items, which I guess is very descriptive of what's actually in there. We've got keys, we've got like bronze looking leaves, we've got little clasps, we've got lockets, and we've got keyholes. I just think these are so pretty. Kind of keen to use these as soon as possible as well, along with the things in the next 2 sets I'm going to show you. You also get 2 of each sticker in these sets as well, and I did want to really demonstrate that these are in fact stickers because they kind of just feel like paper. You could be forgiven for just putting some glue on the back and sticking them straight into your journal, but they are stickers, you don't need to do that. These ones are from the packaging that says corner of desk, which is kind of a weird thing to call a set of stickers, I guess, but I suppose these are all things you might find on a desk. We've got cute little scissors and lots of buttons and stuff, so yeah, I guess they're desk related things. This one is probably my least favorite of the 3 that I've picked up from this set, from this listing rather. I just don't know how I'd work scissors into my journal, you know? It's not really my thing to be so meta about stationery that I have stationery of stationery. And then this last one's little set says European Classical on the cardboard sleeve. And this one is very girly. These maybe feel like things that you might find on someone's dressing table rather than a desk like the last one. And look, it wouldn't be an Erin Journalsay haul if there weren't some frames in here somewhere, because you know I love a frame, especially in my reading journal. Feature a little book cover in one of those frames. Chef's kiss, perfect. But also, how pretty is that cameo on the top row there? That's gorgeous. The feather with the pearls in it, is that a hair clip on the right side? I don't know, but I think these are really cute. Very dainty and feminine, but very vintage too. $1.58 for an individual set. I would have got the other one or the set of 4, but they were sold out. Speaking of frames, we've got some more here, but these ones also feature flowers in a way that I think is really pretty. Have to mention though, the listing on the website shows these just in black and white, so I didn't expect there to be like a holographic reflection here. I'm not mad at it, I don't dislike it, but I wasn't ready for it, so there that is. It also took me a minute to realize you've got 2 of each sticker here, so you actually get 5 stickers twice. Here's a really close look at that holographic reflection. It's not a lot, it's not in your face, but I just wasn't expecting it. Like, look at that listing picture. Where is the holographic? $1.31 for this one. While we're going holographic, let's jump right in and have some holographic leaves as well. Do you ever have a bit of a fever dream and order a bunch of stationery and then not remember kind of doing it? I don't remember adding this one to cart, but clearly I did. Maybe I was thinking October. I tend to like holographic things more for October, but I really don't know how I'd use these. But hey, I love a challenge, so I'll try at some point, maybe. These are very cute leaves though. I like the designs. You get 3 of each design, and they are just that kind of silver gilded on a clear background PET type of sticker, so it is going to be a very subtle touch on a white page. You can see on my white desk mat here, they're showing up, but they're not like screaming at you, which is good because holographic can sometimes do that, scream at you. And if that's what you want, then like go off, but it's just not the stage of life that I'm in right now. Gonna shine my torch over these as well so you can get an idea of how the light moves around on them. I think they're cute. $1.44 for these ones. I picked the ones that kind of look like maple leaves, but they also have a bunch of other leaf options too. Girl dream, the state that girl enters when she's doing girl math, I guess. Also love your universe, don't mind if I do. This one's a really interesting little sticker set because it's got a combination here of some black PET frames, as we're seeing along the top here, but then also a bunch of paper stickers that are also in black and white, and they have really fun little witchy vibes on them. I'm not usually into people on my stickers, but I tend to be kind of okay with it in my reading journal, and these witchy girls feel like they'll be perfect for some spooky season reading, which is coming up. Look, I know it's July and October's not here yet, but like, I'm excited, okay? I can't help it. Also, the fact that these stickers are black and white and they're paper stickers, they're very matte, means that you could color them in. You could like make these part of your theme and then color the girlies in with, dare I say it, maybe some Copic markers, because I feel like the stickeridgeness of them would prevent the bleed. You could even color them in before you peel them off the backing and stick them in, and then you won't get like alcohol marker bleed through your page. So that's an idea. $1.97 for these ones, and they do have other styles as well. Are you ready to hear what it would all cost? That's 42 items, including factoring in the things like the glue tapes refills where I bought 3 of them. If you added everything I've shown you to cart exactly as I showed it to you, which you actually can't right now, I'm sorry, a couple of items are sold out. Keep an eye on them, they'll probably come back into stock soon. I've substituted some other colorways for purposes of demonstration here. The total would be $169.03. If you enter my code ERIN, E-R-I-N, you'll get another 8% off, which is $13.52 off your total, bringing it to a grand total of $145.51 in United States dollars. Shipping is free for orders over $29 US, so shipping is is well free on this one. Jump into the comments and let me know which item from this haul you are vibing with the most, and do you have any of this stuff in your own collection? Let's have a chat. I love talking about stationery. As I mentioned, there are links to all of the items I've shown you in this video in the description down below. Make it nice and easy for you to get your hands on anything that took your fancy. Thank you so much to the folks at Journalsay for supplying all these beautiful items so that I could show you. There is a solid chance you'll see a lot of them in my next mystery journal. If you're vibing the hauls and you feel like watching another one, here is a link to my stationery hauls playlist, and underneath that is a link to my most recent video, which was a fun little vlog that also has some hauls in it, some little mini ones. Enjoy.